And now we reach the end of the season. Now let's see how Ain's Old Go and his merry band of guardians fare in the 4th season of Overlord. Sorry for that weird intro. This season was just so good I had to channel my inner Ain's myself. How did it go? Anyway, Season 4 of Overlord is proving to be another banger, with a number of high-action, intense scenes and a number of plot lines really coming together that show just how tactical Overlord can be when it comes to overthrowing and taking over the world. Typically, in most shonen when it comes to world domination, it's usually just who has the most power, trying to take over one nation over the next, but I like the fact that Overlord really lies on the politics side of things to get it done. Watching all these nations either become vassal states or get annihilated due to whole diplomatic relations going awry is rather quite interesting and refreshing. Something else I also found amusing was the fact that so many plotlines from earlier seasons really just welded in together when it comes to the overthrow of the kingdoms in this season. It was just so astounding to see. The action scenes we got were also not disappointing. All the action we got in the season was also high-packed and high quality. I was a bit concerned because the prior seasons, especially season 3, didn't have the best animation, and it was done by the same studio, so I was a little worried about it. But thankfully, those fears were just laid to rest once we got some of the cool fights, like between Ain's and the Warrior King, and Ain's and Plot and Dragon Lord. Pretty cool stuff.
I believe in you.
Thank you. I'll do my very best.
Of course, while I did very much enjoy Season 4, I do think there were a few issues, mainly with how it was adapted. I understand when it comes to these anime adaptations for light novels, they can't always get everything, but in this case, I feel like there's too much stuff missing when it comes to what's being adapted. There are certain parts of episodes where things just don't seem to flow properly or look a little weird, especially when it came to the war part. Too much of the actual war is just skipped. It was pretty weird. Speaking of war, there seems to be a whole conflict revolving this thing called the Holy Kingdom that was just referenced starting with, I believe, episode 9, yet we didn't actually see anything related to them. I know it's supposed to be getting a movie based on the Holy Kingdom at some point in the near future, hopefully 2023, but it begs the question, why wasn't those events actually adapted into the anime? Or heck, why wasn't the movie first? The way it was done out of order is just a little weird for someone who's watching it. I mean, the events of the Holy Kingdom help transpire what happens at the second half of the season, yet we don't actually know what happened. It's just a little odd. It doesn't ruin the story or anything, but it's just definitely odd. It kind of ruins the pacing just a bit.
There's only one man in the world allowed to touch my body like that. Only one man who's allowed to lust over me.
Last, let's talk about the voice acting and the OST. The OST is an absolute banger just like the previous seasons were, and the voice acting is very top notch. Whether you're watching the sub or the English dub, they're both pretty good, although to be honest, I'm much more a fan of the dub. Ain's Old Go's English voice actor is just so good, it's like listening to butter just melt.
Oh, you're not going to make fun of my name? I thought that your race found long names to be ostentatious.
Overall, despite a few tips when it comes to story adaptation, Overlord Season 4 is a wonderful addition to the Overlord franchise. It's got great voice acting in both the Japanese and English fronts, it's got killer OST, and some entertaining and intense action scenes. If you're a fan of the isekai genre, I definitely recommend you give this show a watch. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, try to give a like or leave a comment. If you didn't like what you saw, try to leave me some feedback to see in ways I can improve. Thank you. Have a nice day.